key defenders, and to see things slower, slow the game down a little bit. I think that's the biggest thing. He's got such a high football IQ. He knows so much about the game. So I think he's just trying to instill that into us as quarterbacks too.
You've always been a gym rat, pretty cerebral about this game. Has he heightened that in you?
Yeah, like I mentioned before, though, I've got a ways to go. I think he's kind of, he's awakened that even more. I feel like I'm pretty good mentally, but I think there's so much more to do. There's so much more room to grow, which is awesome. Which is something that I'm excited about. Something that I'm looking forward to is just to continue to learn. I've already learned a ton, but now I'm just need to continue to build on that and keep it up.
What have you said to Taysom this week? It's been a tough week for him.
Yeah, tough. Just reached out to him, let him know that he's in my prayers and thinking about him. I miss him, and obviously that's something really tough. And so we're just keeping his family in our prayers and hoping, they can, feel some comfort during a time like this.
Along those lines, Tanner, you also had two older brothers who were big influences, and so maybe obviously you can't totally relate to a loss.
Yeah, I mean that's it's devastating. I can't imagine. I haven't been through something like that, but it's really tough. So we're definitely keeping them in our thoughts and prayers and hoping for the best for them.
This offense relies a lot on the running back position, not just being able to run the ball, but also catch the ball out of the backfield. And obviously with Jamal and Algie, you got guys that you're familiar with there, but some of the other guys have gotten some compliments from the coaches. What's it like having a stable kind of in the position that it's at here?
Oh, it's great. The more the merrier. Especially at that position, it's such a demanding position. So the more guys we can have, the better. Guys like KJ are he's doing well, and Squally, and Jamal, and Algie, Riley Burke. So it's something that we need. In order to have success as an offense, we need those guys. Those guys are key. And like you said, not just running the ball, but catching the ball as well, pass blocking. So so much falls on them and falls on their shoulders. So it's been good to see their progression. To see their improvement, and just to see how much they're really contributing. It's fun. It's been fun to witness, and something that's going to really help us out this season a lot.
Both Trey and KJ moved from receiver
Trey
positions, and does it make a difference when they're catching the ball in the backfield if they were previously played receiver? Or?
Well, I think wherever something the coaches are doing well with right now is just putting guys in different positions that will help us succeed. So whether that's moving them from receiver to running back or running back to receiver, defense to offense, I think it's been cool to see kind of the little switches here and there, and then to see them thrive in that. See Trey Dye's doing really well as well. So it's to me it doesn't matter where they are as long as they're comfortable where they are and they're excited about making plays, and then go ahead. So it's been cool to see kind of their transition, but to see them handle it so well.
You didn't get a ton of reps in the actual game portion of the scrimmage on Saturday, but did you go back and look at it, evaluate yourself, or was it kind of because it was basic, move on? I mean, kind of.
Yeah, we watched it as in the quarterback room together, and there's always something to learn, regardless of how few or how many plays you get. There's always something to learn on every play. So I thought there were some good things, and then there's some things that got to improve, so we got to clean up. So, but overall, I thought we made some good strides as an offense.
One of Detmer's records that really stood out was yards per pass attempt that he set in the NCAA. Is there any statistic that you think that would be a telling sign of what you guys will do next year? Whether it's completion percentage, whether it's touchdowns.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind. I think would be completion percentage, and then probably touchdown to interception ratio. Turnovers. For any team to succeed, you got to limit the turnovers and then make a decision with the ball. So I think that's something that I definitely want to improve, and something that I want to see go up, the completion percentage, and then the touchdown to interception ratio. Just making better decisions with the ball, being smarter with it, just putting in the right spots to the right guys. So I think he's already helped me out a lot with that. Just being able to find the check down, to hit the running back out the backfield, to take the flat route, and not necessarily just have to throw deep all the time, but work on those shorter intermediate routes, and you know, he's helping us see that those are just as effective. You know, those get first downs, and first downs get touchdowns. So, you know, it's been good to see that improvement in myself, and something that I want to. I think will tell a lot about the success of the season during the fall.
Overall, now that the spring's almost over, what's kind of the vibe of the team with all the newness? What does the last 3 months feel like?
Well, I think everyone's tired. You know, we've been working hard since beginning of January. But at the same time, you know, feeling good. You know, about the progress we've made. Obviously, it's a challenge learning a whole new offense and new scheme and everything. But I think everyone's feeling pretty good about it. And now it's kind of building off what we've started. I think we've established a good base, and now it's being able to put it on ourselves now as players going into the summer. You know, coaches won't be around as much, so it's going to be on us to build on that and to continue to improve and then get ready for the fall. So I'm excited.
On that note, some of the other guys said you guys are already preparing a little bit for Arizona. Is that just a natural state of the progression of spring ball? Or?
Yeah. So now we're just kind of. I think it's good to see how our offense and how our plays kind of stack up against a scheme like Arizona's, just so we can kind of get a feel for that. So it's not completely new. So it's obviously we've got a ways to go. So we're not gonna. We're not playing next week, but it's good to at least see it so that we're familiar with it, so that we know kind of how things look, how our plays look, and what's going to be there, what's open, what's not, and just to kind of have that planned in our head mentally. I think will help us come fall camp.
Does it also help a little bit refocus wise? Talking to Coach Lamb, there's part of the goal is you guys have been going against each other, BYU versus BYU for most of spring, but just that refocus of there is an opponent coming. It's still a ways away.
Yeah.
Just there is an opponent.
No, exactly. That's a good point too. Sometimes you get so caught up in the grind of spring ball that you forget kind of the reason why. The reason why is because we want to get ready for Arizona. We want to get ready for the season. Get ready for the games when it really counts, when it really matters. So, yeah, I think it's good just to kind of see a different look, see just a different defense, just so we can kind of be reminded and refreshed that okay, this is why we're preparing, this is why we're playing to get ready for the season. So,
when we saw you in Nebraska at Lincoln, you're 3 months away from being in Chile. Could you tell us what your body is like now, what you feel inside of yourself as far as your condition, whether it be cardio, whether it be lifting and things like that? What transformation has been made in the last 9
well,
months?
I'm definitely a lot stronger. Coming home from a mission in June, didn't give me a whole lot of time to kind of get back into football shape, especially because the strength and conditioning staff do a good job of not pushing you too hard, too fast. They're not going to throw you in and say, all right, go do all these sprints and all these lifts and everything. They don't want to kill you because it's going to take time to get back and kind of get adjusted. So because the season happened so quick, I was thrown in, and then I didn't have a lot of time to kind of put some muscle on me, and I still just felt kind of soft and a little bit slow and kind of weak in general. But just did the best I could. I took some shots and had a few small little injuries here and there. But I think now with this off season, I'm getting stronger. I'm up to like 215 now, whereas I was like 205 before. Just feeling a little bit faster now, a little bit just overall stronger in general, I guess you could say. And then physically, football-wise, it's been better because now I've been able to throw with my receivers every day. Get that chemistry with them. I think in Nebraska, once I was in with in the game, those were kind of some of my first reps with the starters because I'd gotten a few in like the week leading up to it, but hardly any. So I was kind of still building chemistry with those guys as the season went on. But now having a full off season, I've been able to build out a lot more, kind of just get that confidence with them, and then just getting more and more comfortable with my body, my strength coming up. So it's been a good off season, and something that I want to keep building on as the summer approaches.
You did fight a major hamstring injury during the middle of that season. Do you attribute that injury to just a freak thing, or maybe you were kind of not totally in shape and flexible?
Oh yeah, that definitely plays into not being in great shape.
That was a big part of it.
Yeah, exactly, big part of it. Didn't have the legs, underneath me. Just the overall lifting, training, and all that. So, but now I've been able to get a lot stronger. the off-season weightlifting program and everything. So feeling a lot better now.
What's been the key maybe to switch to PC's program to work? Because that's kind of a common thing where a lot of people are getting a lot stronger. Is there kind of like a
Well, I think
key
just
there?
a little bit more, especially this off season, been a lot of emphasis on just building up our strength, building up, that overall size. I think you could say. I think just we're going to be facing a tough schedule, facing some big tough teams. So I think we need to just do up that a little bit for ourselves as well. I think he's helped us get a lot stronger. I think everyone's PRs are going up, in their squat and clean and bench and everything. So, which has been good. I think it's helped us as a team. Just it not only helps physically but mentally as well. That mental edge of knowing that we're getting stronger, we're getting bigger, and just to help prepare us for any opponent.
How much fun are you having on this fun meter on the scale?
1 to 10, I'd say 10. 9.9. I mean, I guess it's not always perfect all the time, but no, I mean you gotta enjoy it. Obviously, it can be a grind, going from practice to lifting and meetings and school and social. It can be a grind, but at the same time, it's fun. Like if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. And so I just do my best to enjoy it, and it's easy with the guys around me. Our team's it's a fun team to be a part of. I've got so many of my close friends, some of my best friends on the team, and the coaches are having fun with us too. So it's something that we're enjoying, and I'm not taking for granted.
Morning's still the way to go.
What's that?
Morning workout's still the way to go. Practices. Is that?
Yeah.
You guys like?
That's fine with me. Yeah, start the day off on a good note. Wakes you up, and so it's been good.
It's like
No,
early morning seminary.
no complaints. Yeah.
Thanks, Tanner.
Thanks.